know, the discussion about No Man's Sky since it came out has been about the missing features. The features were there, but are very basic in comparison to what was promised. The various interviews in which Sean Murray talked a lot about features which are just not present in the game, as well as of course the very misleading screenshots and trailer which are present on the Steam page. And now it seems that No Man's Sky has finally fallen foul of someone official, as the UK's Advertising Standards Authority, or ASA, who are an independent regulator whose role is to, quote, regulate the content of advertisements, sales promotions and direct marketing in the UK by investigating complaints made about ads, sales promotions or direct marketing, are now investigating the seemingly misleading promo material surrounding the game. And this has been confirmed by the ASA that they are indeed launching an investigation into No Man's Sky, as they have received several complaints about the advertising. Now, basically, the ASA do have the power to have adverts which they believe are in breach of their code withdrawn and prevent them from appearing again, and if the advertiser refuses to comply with the ASA ruling, it can impose sanctions such as asking search engines to remove the paid-for search ads. Now, apparently their investigation is ongoing, but it does revolve around the Steam store page, which does include assets which are pretty misrepresentative of the final product. And the ASA have of course contacted both Hello Games and Valve and asked them to respond to various questions about the advertising surrounding No Man's Sky. Now, the complaints are seemingly centered around the screenshots and videos that feature more advanced animal behavior, large-scale combat and ship-flying behavior that is in the launch version, as well as of course the misrepresentation of the graphical quality in the game. And there are various complaints surrounding the lack of reference to loading screens and factions that will contest territory, which, as you know, just is not in the game. Now, they are targeting Steam in their investigation, but any ruling they make will apply to any other advertising for No Man's Sky, such as official YouTube videos, and of course the official listing on the PlayStation Store. Now, of course, as their investigation is still ongoing, the ASA did not want to give too much more detail about exactly how it's progressing or anything like that. All we know officially is what I've just said. However, we now have some comments from the Reddit user Azza UK, who apparently is one of the complainants, and they have gone into a bit more detail about what exactly is going on here. Now, they basically feel that the advertising surrounding the game is misleading and misrepresenting of the features found in the actual game. And to be honest, you can't really blame them for feeling that way. If I can find it, I will link the rather large Reddit thread which details everything missing or stripped down that's in the final product. And they said, quote, "I can't speak about other countries, but in the UK there are regulations about providing advertising material that could mislead a consumer in some way. For example, displaying things that do not, in fact, exist. The ASA say they have received a number of complaints, and so the points below are not necessarily all related to things I personally took issue with, but are the issues they have picked out as the most clear-cut problems from amongst all complaints." In the ASA response, they say both Hello Games and Valve have a joint responsibility, and so both organisations have now been contacted by the ASA and have been told to respond to the following issues, which the ASA picked out as the primary issues. Now, as well as the old thread from a while ago detailing everything missing or stripped down in No Man's Sky in the description below, there's also going to be the Reddit thread posted by Azza UK, where you can read all of their statements in a bit more detail. But one thing I do want to go through here. So these are the things that the ASA is allegedly focusing on according to what Azza UK has to say. That's UI design, ship flying behaviour, information with a wingman, flying close to the ground, behaviour of animals. As said, destroying scenery, reacting to surroundings, moving in herds, large-scale space combat, structures and buildings as pictured, flowing water, the speed of galaxy warp and loading time, aiming systems, and regarding the screenshots we have size of creatures, behaviour of ships and sentinels, and the structures and buildings as pictured, as well as of course the already mentioned graphics quality and references to lack of loading screens, train convoys between stars, and faction territory fighting. Now, one thing that as a UK seems to be going for here, as well as everything I've already mentioned, is to hopefully trigger a response from the gaming industry at large to, all in all, show more realistic portrayals of their games in screenshots and trailers and whatnot. Now, of course, while the infamous vertical slice that is in no way representative of the final product isn't as much of a thing now, it was a very, very common thing quite recently, and even though things are getting better, there are still some trailers which are kind of questionable in their portrayal of the game. The gaming industry can sometimes be a bit misleading in its advertising, and this is a case of a bit more sort of out there in your face misleading, I guess, but that's not to say there aren't milder cases of it that probably are not exactly illegal, but definitely treading on moral grey ground. So we'll have to see what happens here. Of course, the ASA investigation is still ongoing. Anything that happens, I will, of course, inform you. Again, there are a couple of links in the description below this video. I suggest you read them if you want the full comments and perusals and all that good stuff. Let me know your thoughts and opinions. Personally, I think this is not really surprising. To be honest, it's overdue. You know, this kind of behaviour does need to be cracked down upon. Now, while I don't think that Hello Games were being malicious when they misled people, that doesn't mean people weren't misled. So something definitely needs to be done regarding this, and send a message saying, hey, look, this isn't okay. But again, let me know your thoughts and opinions. You've heard me talk for a while now, so let's see you talk in the comments for a bit. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time.
PlayStation